And pleasant good morning to all my dear students. A very happy new year to all my dear students. May this new year brings a lot of joy, a new goals, a new achievements, a lot of inspirations in your life. With this joy and enthusiasm, let's start our first class of this new year 2021 with great enthusiasm and with the resolution that we will do hard work and achieve success in our life. We'll do our studies with sincerity, honestly, and dedication so as to get better and best results for our school. So today we are going to start last chapter from the literature, chapter number 17, How the Camel Got His Hump. So I'm giving you 2 minutes. Get ready with your English literature book. How the Camel Got His Hump. You know this fact very well that animals were working for humans. And this is the story of a lazy animal who don't want to do anything, who didn't do anything, rather he said nothing except hum. And the clever Jinn was at his wits' end. He used his intelligence to make camel to do work for humans. Jinn, you all know, it is a spirit that has some strange powers and can assume any form, human or animal. So let's start the chapter. In the beginning, when the world was new and the animals were just beginning to work for man, there was a camel, and he lived in the middle of a howling desert because he did not want to work. He ate sticks and thorns and prickles, and when anybody spoke to him, he said, humph, just humph, and no more. Presently, the horse came to him on Monday morning with a saddle on his back. Saddle is a seat on the back of horse. And said, Camel, O camel, come out and trot like the rest of us. Trot means walk quickly. So this is the story of a lazy camel who did not want to do anything, and when his friends approached him for a work, he only said humph, which what he means nobody understand. So camel lived in the desert. This you all know. Presently, who came first to the camel? Horse came. He came with a saddle on his back. Saddle, as I told you, it's a seat available on the back of horse. And he said, Camel, O camel, come out, don't be lazy and walk quickly like rest of us are doing. Camel said, humph, and horse went away and told the man. He told the human being, he informed the human being that camel refused to work, and instead of saying no, he just said humph, which he did not understand what it means. After that, dog came to him with a stick in his mouth. As you can see in the picture, dog is having a stick in his mouth. And he said, Camel, O camel, come and fetch and carry like the rest of us. Again the camel said, humph, and the dog went away and told the man. Then the ox came to him As you can see in the picture, ox came with the yoke on his neck and said, Camel, O camel, come and pluff like the rest of us. Again the camel said, Hump, and the ox went away and told the man. At the end of the day, man called horse and the dog and ox together and said the three, O three, I am very sorry for you, but that hump thing in the desert can't work, or he would have been here by now. So I am going to leave him alone, and you must work double time to make up for it. Now, when dog, horse, and ox informed the man that Camel did not want to do any work, after that, man called up the three and said, You have to do extra work on behalf of Camel so as to for it, make up for him, and I can't help you for that. You must have to double time work. You have to work double time so as to make up for the camel work. That made the three very angry, and they held a panchayat on the edge of the desert, and the camel came chewing cud and laughed at them. Then he said humph and went away again. So when the man told the three of them, that is the horse, ox, and dog, that you have to work double time so as to make up for the camel's work, they got angry. So they held a panchayat in the desert, and their camel came and laughed at them, and again he said, Humph, and he went away. Presently there came along the jinn who was in charge of all deserts, rolling in a cloud of dust. As you might have seen some programs, Aladdin, where you have seen how the jinn arrived by rolling of a dust, and suddenly jinn appears. Similarly, here also jinn appears in a cloud of dust. Jinn of all desert. He was the in charge of all deserts. Jinn of all desert, said the horse. So after that, what happened? Let's see. Jinn of all deserts, said the horse, is it right for anyone to be idle? Idle means the person who is not doing any work. So the horse asked the jinn that is it right if somebody is not doing any work? Jinn said certainly not. Well said, the horse, there is a thing in the middle of your desert with a long neck and long legs, and he hasn't done a stroke of work since Monday morning. He won't trot. Said the jinn, who? That is my camel. What does he say about it? He says, humph, and he won't bluff, said the ox. Jinn said, very good. I will hump him if you will kindly wait a minute. So horse and ox, they shared their problem with jinn and asked the jinn that is it okay if somebody is not doing the work? Jinn said certainly not. It is not okay. If somebody is not doing the work, it is not okay. Then they explained that camel is not ready to do any work and he only says humph. Jinn understood what the camel wants to convey, and he said, okay, I will hump him if you will kindly wait a minute. Now, after that, what happened? Jinn rolled himself again up in his dust cloak and took a walk across the desert and found that camel looking at his own reflection in a pool of water. This you can see in the picture also, that camel was looking at his own reflection in a pool of water, and suddenly Jinn appeared in front of him. Jinn said, "My friend, what's this I heard of your doing no work?" Jinn sat down with his chin in his hand, as you can see in the picture. The position of Jinn with his chin in his hand, while the camel looked at his own reflection in the pool of water. "You have given the 3 extra work ever since Monday morning, all on account of your idleness." And he went on thinking with his chin in his hand. The Jinn said, "You have been given 3 extra work from Monday morning and you were not doing. You were sitting just and idle." And he went on thinking with his chin in his hand. The camel again said, "Humph! I shouldn't say that again. If I were you," said the Jinn. "You might say it once too often. If I want you to work." Jinn said, "If I would be on your place, I would not say this word again. You have to work. I want you to do the work." And the camel again said, "Humph," again. But no sooner he said it than he saw on his back that he was so proud of puffing up into a great big hump. "Do you see that?" said the Jinn. "That's your very own hump that you have brought upon your very own self by not working. Today is Thursday and you have done no work since Monday. When the work began, now you are going to work." "How can I," said the camel, "with this hump on my back?" "That has a purpose," said the Jinn. "All because you missed those 3 days. You will be able to work now for 3 days without eating, because you can live on your hump. And don't you ever say I never did anything for you. Come out of the desert and go to the tree and behave." And the camel went away to join the tree. And from that day to this, camel always wear a hump. We call it hump now, not to hurt his feelings. But he has never yet caught up with the 3 days that he missed at the beginning of the world. And he was never yet learned how to behave. So this is how the camel got his hump. When he said hump in front of the Jinn, he got hump on his own by not working. And the Jinn asked the camel to join the three of his friends and start working now and behave like a good animal, as he missed his 3 days' work. After that, the camel said, "How can he work with a heavy hump on his back?" Jinn explained him that that hump has a purpose. Now he can work for 3 days without eating, as he can store his food in his hump. That is the purpose of providing hump on his back. So this is how the camel got his hump. So I hope you like the story and found interesting also that how the camel got his hump on his back. So I request you all to read the chapter again. Do the word meanings in your fear notebook and back exercise in the book itself. Question answers we will do in the next class. With this, I would like to end today's class. Thank you and have a nice day.